Good morning, everyone. It's a cloudy Tuesday morning here in Tokyo. And before I would go about my day, before I do work for good company and my real jobs, okay, I would like to just share with you God's heart for me this morning, which I believe and I hope would encourage you amidst everything that's happened at this time of the pandemic. So this is me just with BB cream, my skincare, and nothing but kilay and lip gloss, which I even got still, which I still even got from the Philippines. This one. Okay, so shut up and kiss me. Okay. Anyway, that aside, I would like to just share with you and unpack with you one of the most quoted verses in the Bible. Um, and it is from Psalm 37:4-7. Delight yourself in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him. Do not fret when men succeed in their ways, when they carry out their wicked schemes. So, good morning. That is what I'd like to unpack with you. And I just want to share this with you because that is my heart's desire to be able to inspire you amidst these trying times in our life. And anyway, it's basically sharing with you the good life and the recent good finds that we have. Okay, let's go straight to the good finds. So, background story. It's a little trivial, so sobrang babaw niya. But I just like to share with you where I'm coming from and why I just want to share with you this hope that comes from the little things that, I personally have encountered while doing the errands for the good company. So as some of you may already know, the good company, one of the things that the good company does is that it desires to be able to help you find good stuff, good finds within your budget, which means stuff from the outlet stores. Of course, we can get you stuff from from the luxurious, high end, and upscale fashion stores in Tokyo, but our deeper desire is to be able to allow you to experience the good things in life without having to blow your budget. So that includes shopping for you in um, secondhand shops or the famous pre-loved or vintage shops in Japan, which is actually a thriving industry here. So sikat yung ukay-ukay, and it's actually normal for ukay-ukay in Japan. And contrary to the image of Salvation Army in the US or in other progressive countries, or ukay-ukay, which is not so much of a posh thing in the Philippines where I come from. The concept of reuse stores in Japan is actually very common. It's not frowned upon. It's part of their normal habit to dispose stuff that that are no longer in fashion or at least in trend. Based on the owner, of course, and dispose them to secondhand shops because at least in Japan, it's frowned. You'd have to pay to actually dispose your stuff unless they're consumables like um, the trash from your house or your daily food. Save for that, a lot of the stuff like furniture, um, you need to pay for them to be disposed, or like big stuff to be disposed, like big plastics of futon um, or comforters and duvets. You have to pay for them to be disposed. So, but of course, you don't want to throw away because in Japan, there's a concept of motainai or sayang naman. You don't want to throw away things that can still be used. But uso din ng konmari, or letting go of things that no longer spark joy. So that being said, for us who are at least for me or for us who are treasure finders or treasure hunters, we take pleasure in getting the pre-loved items of some of the people of Japan. We live in a 4-season cycle, so just imagine that. And we are in a country where there is high disposable income. So that means they keep on spending every season for the latest trends, latest finds. But we live in high and expensive real estate, which means there's not much space to store stuff. So the natural tendency is for them to get rid of stuff, even if they're still good and no problem with them. Okay, so that established, let's go back to the recent finds that we got from the regular good finds role or good finds rounds. Okay, so I'd like to share with you the kababawan stuff that I've been wanting for the longest time. You know, this celebrity from the Philippines, um, also from a political family, Chris Aquino. She's a person that I love to hate, but I also love to love. There are just things that she likes, or probably just her authenticity that draws me, but also her authenticity actually annoys me many times. But anyway, setting aside who she is, she, I just am drawn. There was a time that I just like these stuff that she's been posting about. I'm a sucker for loungewear. So she has a lot of these heart thingies, right? So I don't intend copyright infringement. This is her video. Go to her YouTube if you want, her Instagram. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, I love loungewear. I love loungewear. I love what do you call this? Pajamas. And yeah, so on her birthday, she even greeted and thanked people in this heart pajamas. Okay. All right. So in these pajamas, but I just like the concept of the pajama. Yeah. See, heart. And maybe because it was surrounded by lots of flowers, see, and then the heart pajama. So I just found it as, a happy sight, a pretty sight amidst these gloomy days. Naturally, I'm a sucker for pajamas and robes and comfortable wear, lounge wear. In fact, I'm wearing one. This is from Uniqlo, side plug, which, by the way, I got from the Uniqlo store brand new, but it normally sells for about 3,000 or 3,500 yen. I only got this for about 1,000 yen. I got it on sale. So anyway, that's one of the good finds. Magnet talaga ako ng good finds. So brand new from the Uniqlo store. So I'm wearing a loungewear, actually pajamas. It's so soft and comfortable, and I really love it. So those are the simple joys that I enjoy. And I had in my heart the desire for that pajama. It's a trivial thing. It's a small thing. And honestly, I can just go to Amazon, add to cart, and voila. There's also Rakuten, and there's also Wish, which is very cheap, which I already bought from before, but I wasn't really satisfied because, if a material is made of cheap quality. So I wasn't happy. So anyway, but really, I can buy in many stores here. I can buy in, okay, that's a Slack message for work later. I can buy from many stores here, or I can buy from Amazon or many shoppers. And it's not really expensive. It wouldn't put a dent on my budget to buy more pajamas. But I specifically was looking for heart pajamas. Hindi naman ako kinulangan sa pajamas. Pwede nga ako magpalit ng pajama every day. Nang wala. Fine. But, I wanted specifically heart pajamas. I surfed it up, of course, there, but, it's like, really? I will buy pajamas with a heart design for 10,000 yen? I can, but I don't want to. It's not urgent. And with the world problematizing about where to buy food, ako ba naman mag-aaksaya pa sa pajama? But I liked it. I said, oh, I want to have one of those one day. It's not urgent. I can live without it, but I just want it. It's a desire that I've put in my heart. So that's just one of the desires that I've shelved. Dyan lang yan, sa tabi lang yan. If it happens, then it happens. If it doesn't happen, then fine. Another thing that I've always wanted to is Comme des Garcon. So CDG for many, yun yung famous na may heart na brand in the Philippines. So it's very famous. Not in the Philippines, actually it's a Japanese brand, but it also became famous in France. But yeah, on my brother and sister-in-law's wedding, I actually gifted them with brand new Comme des Garcon from the store. It was pretty expensive. In Japan, a t-shirt costs about 13,000 yen per piece. But it's a wedding gift, or it's a gift for them. So, I don't really mind spending and lavishing on the people that I love. Oo, sabi nga ng mga friends ko dati, bakla talaga ako magmahal. So, buhos talaga ang lahat ng kaban kapag, the people that I love. So, I don't really mind spending and lavishing on people that I love. And for experiences, I'd rather spend on experiences like travel or eating good food. But I'm a little wary about spending on things that I know I can get a better deal for. So anyway, pajama set aside, the other brand that I like is yun nga, CDG or Comme des Garcon or the Play, the one with the heart, diba? It's very iconic. Again, I can buy it, no problem. I wouldn't have to sacrifice um, 1 month's meal to buy it or 1 week's meal to buy it. But I just didn't have the urgency to buy it. But it was my heart desire to have a CDG. And another one that I've been wanting as a brand are local Japanese brands. They're now international, or one is an international fashion designer already, but I want to support Japanese brands. So one of them is Ryo Aso, is like the Sarah Jessica Parker kind of shoes by a Tokyo-based designer. So shoes, Ryo Aso, and also Yoji Yamamoto, who's a very famous designer. So if you go to his website, so he is famous for very avant-garde designs. So as you can see there, Yoji Yamamoto. And if you look closely, a lot of his stuff are actually sold out. But if you also look closely, the prices of his items are not cheap. So there you go. Oh, it's reflecting. Anyway, yeah, for that skirt, about 143,000 yen. So half of that is about 100, is about hindi kasi talaga ako magaling sa math. 50 plus about 70,000 pesos for one skirt. So Yoji Yamamoto, again, he's a Japanese designer, but he already conquered the Paris fashion scene. And he's already internationally recognized, but his brands are just so expensive, but they're known for being stylish, funky, avant-garde. He made collaborations with different brands, making it more accessible to regular people like me. One of which is the Y3 brand, from Adidas. Collaboration with Adidas. So yeah, so that is one of the brands that he is famous for. Let me show you. Okay. All right. So as you can see, that one. But still, even with the Y3 brand of Yoji Yamamoto, it's still very expensive. See? You can't see. So, for example, 50,000 peso, 50,000 yen for shoes, so about 25,000 pesos. Yeah, for belt bags, like 14,000 yen, or about 7,000 pesos for a belt bag. Okay, so for a cap, 10,000 yen or about 5,000 pesos for just a simple Y3 cap. So anyway, it's pretty expensive. Again, I can buy it if I want to, maybe just not go out for the weekend and buy that, but I don't find pleasure in that. But it is my heart's desire to one day own a Y3 at least, if not a Yoji Yamamoto. So, pajamas, heart, Komnagarkon in Y3 has always been in my shopping list. But again, there are things that I just wait for when there's a good opportunity for. I have them locked as my heart's desires, but I don't die if I don't have them. I don't continuously fret if I don't have them. I don't continuously look for them. I just trust that, it's a desire. If the time is right, and maybe if I become as rich as, if money is not an issue anymore, if the world is no longer, it's not an issue as in like, Buffet, Buffett levels or Bill Gates level or Mark Zuckerberg level, then that's money is no issue, period. Probably when the rest of the world is no longer, you know, suffering, especially in my home country with, financial insecurity, then that's probably the time that I'll be comfortable to splurge, but maybe even not. But, again, these are heart's desires that I want, but I don't need, so I don't act on them. Anyway, in one of my rounds for a client in for the good company, I I went to find for stuff for somebody else, a customer. But of course, you have to be very patient actually with scoring through the shelves for you to find the good finds. If you are not patient and if you don't spend time on looking for stuff intentionally, you wouldn't find stuff. Um, but but while doing what I am supposed to do, I'm surprised. I got surprised. So, one of the things that I first saw while hunting was this one. Ta-da! Yeah, so it's a Comme des Garcons and it's my size. It's not easy to find my size in a country where everybody is just plain small. Yung body structure pa lang nila or yung skeletal structure pa lang nila. Ay, hindi, yung buong body structure nila is skeletal structure ko pa lang. I have muscles and fats and everything else. So, mahirap. And they're not really big boned. I am. So, it's not easy for me to find even big sizes in vintage shops and even regular shops. So anyway, I got it. And guess what? I got it for 1,000 yen or about 500 pesos. Authentic, original. Of course, it is vintage and secondhand, but no trace. It's a little crumpled because it was already in the laundry basket. I want to wash it. But I got it. The color that I like, the heart that I like for 1,000 yen or 500 pesos. Not the 13,000 yen I paid for originally, which is just a plain t-shirt, by the way. Anyway, that's just one. While scoring through the shelves, I got another unexpected find in the same store. Do you see what I see? And imagine, initially I was even apprehensive of buying the blue and white stripes because I was like, how will I pair it up? Yeah, it's nice, but I mean, it's not fair. I mean, I feel like I don't have something to pair it with. Of course, I do. It's easy to pair up with white or black or anything, but it's like, walang ka-pair. Ano ba yan? Walang ka-pair. But guess what? This blue one, I tried it on with that shirt. It's like perfect spring outfit. Okay, so this is a Y3 brand, and it's supposed to be Size small. Size small. But I tried it and it fits. I'm definitely not a size small, but it's apparently size small, but it fits. Thank you to the garter. So yeah, I got it. It's avant-garde. It's layers of clothing, and it even has embossed Y3 logo at the hemline. So where is that? Oh, there you go. It's not very obvious, but yeah, Y3 Ayoji Yamamoto. And I got this for 3,000 yen compared to the 140,000 yen Yamamoto you would see on the website. 3,000 yen. So 1,500 pesos, about 1,500 pesos, or a little over how many dollars? Hindi ako makapag-compute. So maybe about $20? Yeah. Pre-love fashion in the same shop. Okay? Y3 check, or Yoji Yamamoto check. Comme des Garcons check. Masaya na ako doon. I was so happy because, you know, these are the desires of my heart that I've already shelved, and it's really okay. Life goes on without it. I'm genuinely happy without it. And I feel so taken care of at this point of my life by God, even without it. Yeah. So there. Life goes on. I continued with my search for the stuff for the client for good company. But guess what? Just before I ended my shopping, syempre naman, parang yucky din, di ba? Na parang I've been scoring secondhand shops or vintage shops of Japan for the last 7 years of my existence here. And there was never a time that I've seen a pajama. It makes sense kasi parang yucky naman, di ba? It's very intimate. It's a very intimate thing that that a person normally would wear every day. So why would you sell it to another person? It's like skin to skin contact already. So it makes sense that pajamas are not sold in secondhand shops, right? That's logical. That is the real 100% possibility. It's very impossible to find a pajama in a secondhand shop because it just doesn't make sense. Okay? But guess what? Before I finished my rounds, after I got really good finds actually for my client there with Tommy Hilfiger, what else? I forgot the brands. Anyway, marami. Yeah, Tommy Hilfiger, Burberry, yeah, Ralph Lauren. Before I left, guess what I found? Ta-da! Kinikilig ako sobra because look at this. It's a heart-shaped pajama. And it even has a tiny print there that says love. See it? Love, love, love. Okay? So it's so comfortable. It fits me well. I want to sleep now just touching it. But guess what? It's from another expensive brand in Japan. It's Gelato Peak. So it's pretty expensive if you search it up. I mean, it's not expensive, but for pajama, especially if you come from Philippines where you can buy stuff easily in the Visoria, this is already premium expense. But guess what? So at first you'll be thinking, yucky, she bought another person's pajama. But guess what? Ta-da! That's the even greater joy of finding this heart's desire. It's unused. It still has tags. It fits me perfectly. Gelato Peak. Okay, there you go. The original price is 6,000 yen. There you go. But I got it for 1,000 yen, brand new. Heart, pajamas, brand new, unused with tags, and just what I've always wanted. So I just, these are small things. And honestly, I can act on these things. I can act getting a heart pajama. I can act buying a Yoji Yamamoto. I can act buying a Comme des Garcons. But would it really ultimately make me happy? For a while, probably. But not entirely. Because you know that you had to labor for something that you wanted. Whereas it's the greater joy comes from being surprised with something that you did not labor for. And you know, just trust that one day you will be blessed with the desires of your heart. And I think that is the joy and the hope of delighting ourselves in the Lord, that He will make, not me, He will make your righteousness shine like the dawn, the justice of your cause like the noonday sun. That gives me hope that in delighting in the Lord, in being still before the Lord, and in waiting patiently for Him, even if I see the wicked succeed at this point, especially in my country, I know that He is faithful to His people, that He knows even the smallest desires of our heart. What more the biggest things that matter to us, the things that we are praying for, that change, the true change that we're hoping to happen, and for salvation to come in like a flood. Okay, so um, I hope this little sharing just inspires you to just not forget that God is mindful of to your heart's desires. Does it happen automatic? Does it happen when you're good? No. But it happens, and it is not forgotten. And God sees that you delight in Him, that you are being still before Him, that you are waiting patiently for Him, and it is a father's heart desire to be able to give his children's heart desires. So I pray that in these good finds that we found, may you be inspired to also um, know that your heart's desires are things that you can still believe for, that you can still pray for, and even in a time of a pandemic, I pray that God will meet you where you're at, and you will have a spark of hope and have a good day.